It is a beautiful morning here in Peru, Argentina, at the Hotel Peru, a space that is full of kindness. It is the only communication that these folks seem to know how to deploy, and I am grateful that I had an opportunity to sample it. I'm headed out onto the roadway, it's there in the background, and hoping, fingers crossed, among other wishes to the universe, that for some reason today the traffic is kinder to me than they were yesterday. It's light, but unfortunately, a high percentage, especially of the trucks, have no concern whatsoever, it seems, or worse, they are intentionally making my life uncomfortable. I certainly experienced some evidence of that yesterday. So let's hope the universe delivers kindness today, like it did here at Hotel Peru when I concluded the day yesterday, a difficult one, and one I sadly won't soon forget, and for all the wrong reasons. Good morning. I'm in Rio Colorado, just getting ready to depart. I'm geared up, as you can see, because it's a cool morning as usual, close to freezing, but the sun is already warming the space. My hands, however, those have been suffering, so I'm hoping still to acquire mittens. And regarding those, I now know where I'm going to stay this evening. It'll be quite a fancy space. I think it's going to be about $22 a night. I'm going to stay 3 nights, unlike just the one I stayed here with Cecilia. What a wonderful space she provided me for about $18. A little pricey, honestly, for what I was provided. Nonetheless, she is a very kind lady, and I knew that having a friend like that in the neighborhood is ideal, as I've said before. Also, I suspected I could just roll the bike into the room. As you can see, it's motel style, and generally it's not an issue to bring the bike inside under these circumstances. Yes, it is a crisp morning here in the southern part of the southern hemisphere. However, I feel comfortable. Just my fingers, as I mentioned. If I can acquire mittens, and the other piece of gear that I hope to acquire is a balaclava, so more of my face will be covered once I get into temperatures that will eventually include the 20s and maybe even the teens in the last 300 miles or so once I get off the boat. Yes, there's a ferry crossing that remains. I'm looking forward to it for at least 2 reasons. One, you know I like boats. And 2, it'll mean I have 300 miles to go. By the way, yesterday I saw Ushuaia on a sign for the first time, over 2,200 kilometers, just roughly 1,350 miles. That was a moment of celebration. However, I was totally exhausted. I didn't pause there for long. In fact, yesterday was a very hard day, despite it wasn't necessarily a hard day for a rested cyclist, but for me, completely wasted. I did suffer, especially mentally. So today, back to this story, what happens next? I'm looking at the Windy app, and for the next, not today, but Saturday and Sunday, today is Friday, the winds are very much not in my favor. Today they are in my favor, by the way, but tomorrow and the next day they are not. So I have decided to spend 3 nights in one location. It's 92 miles away, so about 160 kilometers. I'm in touch with the fellow who owns the space. He's a kindred spirit. I'll be able to do laundry there, and I'll be very comfortable. I hope it's the right decision because I have so far to go, but the winds truly, especially on Sunday, are non-negotiable. Sunday is non-negotiable. Very hard headwind coming out of the south. And the day before Saturday is a very hard crosswind. Neither is good. And it's also true that I haven't rested in most of 2 weeks, and I've traveled an enormous number of miles and kilometers during that time. It seems my timing was quite good this morning. I just turned off the 22. On the 22, I was headed west. Now I'm headed south. The wind that was predicted to come up today and northerly has done so by now. So I'm thrilled to be headed south. General Conesa is my destination this evening. 120 kilometers still to go. A total of 92 miles or thereabouts for the day. But let's hope it doesn't rain in the meantime. It won't kill me, but it'll definitely make it a lot more uncomfortable. To the next base where I will rest. Has an unusual name, General Conesa, and I think I'm about to be in the company of the great man's bronze head. I'll have to do a little Wikipedia search this evening, see what I can learn about this man. General Conesa will be my resting place for 3 nights. A very difficult decision, and one I will question, I think, until the tour is concluded, when I have all the data, whether or not my decision was the right one. I'm going to spend the weekend here making videos, catching up on some other things, maybe a few phone calls, etc. Eating, nutrition, and certainly just a lot of chilling out. But then, when the tour resumes, big ambitions. 1,000 miles to the next lancha, the boat. The last boat that'll take me across a narrow strait. And when I reach the other side, it's 300 miles
Ushuaia.